Pinky and Pookie and Owl, and I realized there was no sound there in the beginning. I apologize for that. I'm a little, what's the right word? High. That's the word. I am a little high right now. And our guest tonight is Jerri and Sailor. So, super excited to have her back on the show. She's going to be on to talk about her new album, which comes out later this month. But yes, no, I am high as a fucking kite right now. But hello, gentlemen.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah. So, like,
Hey,
legit. So, yeah, so I go to work today. One, it's Shark Week, right? And like that's never fun for anybody involved. And it's day 2, so like normally that's like really bad cramp day. And so, which as always, like I'm like doubled over in pain. I'm like, God, fuck my life. My uterus is literally punishing me because I did not get knocked up again. Like, how dare I? And so the bitch is like literally taking it out on me. And so I take, what was it? I took like 500 of Tylenol. And then I took, on top of that, I took like 800 of Advil. So I was feeling pretty good. Like, you know, I could not feel my uterus at all at that point. But then, out of nowhere, like I start getting this stabbing, like ripping pain. And I'm like, this isn't right. And like I've felt this before when I had kidney stones. It's like, no, like this can't be happening, because like I'd already missed 2 days of work this week because I wasn't feeling good. And I was like, I have not been able to catch a break at all since getting back from Arizona. And so I go to the ER. Like they get another tech to like scrub me out of my room, and I feel terrible. Like I even apologize to the doc. I'm like, I'm really sorry. Like I'm in pain right now. Like I start crying. Like I was trying so hard not to cry, and like he could tell, and he was like, no, like something's not wrong. Like it's fine. Like I can do the case without you. I'm like, no, you can't. And So, yeah, so I go to the ER, and they're like, what are you here for? And I'm like, I have kidney stones. Like, I've had them before. I know what it feels like. It feels like the same thing again. Fucking kidney stones, right? So, honestly, the best medication you can get for kidney stones is Toradol, right? It's not even a narcotic. It's Advil on steroids, and it's amazing. It works absolutely amazing on kidney stones. So, like they take me back and they're like, you know, on pain scale, what is it? And I'm like, well, when the pain's not there, I'm at a 0. Like I'm fucking whatever. But, you know, with kidney stones, the pain comes and goes. And I'm like, and when it's here, it's like an 8. And I'm like, I have to stop what I'm doing, and I have to like brace myself and breathe through it. It's almost like I'm going through labor, but I've never actually been through labor, right? Like I've never gone through that shit, but I have to breathe through it, which is normal for a kidney stone. And so they're like, all right. So they come back, and the nurse brings with her Toradol, which is, again, great because that's what I wanted. It was Toradol. But then she's like, oh, I brought fentanyl as well. And I was like, excuse me, what? And yeah, so she gives me the Toradol, and I'm feeling fine after that. And then she gives me the fentanyl, and I am stoned out of my mind, and I am loopy as fuck. Hi, babies. And sorry, my dogs aren't here. And and so yeah, so then so I'm in the ER, and they're like, all right, we got to do CT scans, blah, blah, blah. And I'm fine, whatever. And sure as shit, there's a 4mm stone in my right ureter that's like halfway down to my bladder. And Fun fact, the last time I had kidney stones, it took 6 months for it to come out. And that was after 6 months, it had to be like surgically removed. So I'm pretty sure this is the same stone that I felt probably 2 months ago, like emerge from my kidney. So we're right on track for another stint in getting a surgery. But I don't know. Hooray!
Wow.
But yeah, and then these this fucking okay. One, I've got a huge complaint with my emergency room department, because it's disgusting, and like I'm really gonna have to file a complaint on Monday. The nurse who gave me my IV did not wear gloves.
Ooh.
And
That's not good.
yes, and then none of the nurses who handled my IV washed their hands when they entered my room, and B, did not wear gloves when they handled my IV, whether they were disconnecting it or reconnecting it, or when they discontinued my IV.
That's
Like,
automatic procedure.
that's disgusting. Like, that's standard precaution procedure.
Yeah.
You don't
It's got
know
my
what the
skin bubbly.
like I don't have anything, but that's standard precautions. You don't know what the fuck I have, if I do have anything, which I don't. But still.
I mean, if they have anything.
Right? Exactly. Like, come on, that's ugh. Oh, good. My podiatrist joined. Hey, you need to help me take this up to, chain of command. Like, it was disgusting. But yeah, so the nurse, the second time, it was around like 2:30, I think. And she came back into my room, and she's like, oh, hey, like, how are you feeling? And I was like, I'm feeling a little discomfort because, like, pain's starting to, like, it's not even pain. Like, I'm feeling discomfort because, the meds are starting to wear off a little. So she comes back with another round of fentanyl. And I'm like, no.
Woo, 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 woo.
Wow.
No, yeah. So I got hit twice with fentanyl within like a 6-hour period.
Can you see the
Well,
lines in your hand go by?
Oh my God. It's ridiculous.
that's I would never let them shoot me up with that crap.
Ugh. Yeah. Just this is worse. Like and the like I hate that fuzzy, like, just unable to really do anything feeling. So I don't understand how these hookers, like, across the country are willingly shooting this shit up.
I was wondering that too, because like I was given OxyContin for a back injury of mine a while back, and all it did was I still felt the pain, but all it did was make me like floaty, kind of like
Right?
I
Yeah.
feel the pain, but I don't care about the pain.
Well, that's the whole idea. They can't get rid of the pain, but they can make it so you don't care.
Yeah. But then, and they gave me, what was it? Hydrocodone for at-home pain control. And so I went to the pharmacy to, like, go pick it up, and I walked down the cookie aisle by mistake. Because I didn't even realize it, because I was on my phone, like, texting somebody or, like, messaging one of the group chats. I don't fucking know. I was high. But I look up, and I was stared right at the Milano cookies, and I was like, favorites.
Oh God.
Oh, yes.
Munchies.
So I totally got 2 bags. I did.
That's what she said.
I did. I got the mint chocolate and then just the regular milk chocolate.
Those things are like heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's heavens.
Right? Oh, yeah. No, I didn't even fucking do my hair. Like, I showered and then I didn't do anything to it. I let it air dry. I said, fuck it. Well, no, I felt so out of it. Like, I legit almost passed out combing my hair. I was like, this isn't good.
I was wondering when you posted what you did. I was wondering if you were going to be able to. Someone was going to have to go check on you before the show.
Right? Good thing I have a roommate.
Well, you can still push buttons, so it's good.
Right? I'm trying. I mean, obviously, I fucked up because that whole intro, nobody heard until like the Kenny Loggins song. So, whoops.
Change zone.
Oh well. Anyways,
Yeah.
how's your guys' week been?
Well, mine's been slow, but I've been busy, like just busy, just
Yeah.
like doing things around the house, cleaning. Springtime, you gotta clean. And then, tomorrow I'm gonna be busy. I got vehicles to work on, so it's gonna be fun.
Nice. Shut up, Joe. This is gonna be better than Drunk Minx. Shut up. It might be. We don't know. Fucker.
And then every time I go into GameStop to pick up a game, right? I picked up Far Cry 5 because everyone's talking about it, right? So, all right. But I walked by the Star Wars stuff, and I saw one of these Bandai, what's it called? In-action movie or whatever it is. It's a samurai stormtrooper, and I was like, oh, I gotta buy it. And I saw the price tag; it was $90, and I was like, pulled out my credit card. I was like, here, let's do this shit. So that was my eventful week. I got a $90 freaking toy and a video game, and yeah.
That's awesome.
Not bad.
I got a $90 toy.
Yup.
Oh my god.
I'm like a 13-year-old kid stuck in a 30-year-old's body. It sucks.
Right. Friggin'. Oh
And
my
now I have the money to blow on stupid shit.
Right? That's the best part, though, is especially if you're like, a child at heart and you make your own money and then you get paid and you're like, oh, I have so much money to buy stuff that I don't need. Like 2 bags of cookies because there's not an adult nearby to be like, no, don't do that.
Well, that's like me when I go into like Home Depot or Lowe's. Like I have to bring someone with me to tell me no,
Right.
because I'll walk out of there with like $800 worth of tools.
Oh, Lowe's is a dangerous place.
Right. Oh, I need to go there. I have to get like gardening tools.
A hose?
Like a hoe. No, I don't.
That's what.
Yeah.
I don't need a hoe. I'm sure I could pick one up here on the corner. Like I live in Killeen, so they're everywhere. No, I need like gardening gloves and like shift. I've got like flower beds in the front, and there's like weeds growing, so I gotta take care of that before the landlord and like the realty company are like, hey, fix this.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do like an herb garden or something like that, but you're just picking weeds.
No. Oh, yay, Jerry, I'm so excited to be on. I get to talk trash in here. Hell yeah, you do. Just got my ass chewed for dropping the F-bomb too much on my live videos and regular radio. Oh, girl, drop them away. I don't fucking care. Drop them
If you can
away.
carpet bomb in here, we don't give a crap.
Right? Oh, goodness. Oh, Owl, how has your week been?
Well, kind of slow, but kind of like Pookie. Had some stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
More than anything, just being a house husband and a trophy husband, as my wife would say.
That's awesome.
But other than that, yeah, plucking along and getting things ready for just life. I mean, spring's coming. Got to get the camper ready. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been shoot, I'm going to be going out 7 or 8 times this year out camping out the uh, resort that they have out by the base.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's actually on a lake. It's I mean, quiet,
Mm-hmm.
uh, respectful, and it's just nice to go to, get away,
Nice.
disconnect, and set up the RV and huddle in. Who cares? Who cares?
Yep.
That's awesome. Sorry, I keep like looking around like my monitor, you guys. The Rottweiler keeps farting and making weird noises. She,
Dog farts are nasty.
she's in the room with me too. I'm
What?
Oh god.
highly distracted tonight. Fuck.
The ADD's kicking in, but it's in slow mo right now.
Yeah, it's super slow. I don't know.
ADD on hydrocodone.
Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna get through this though. We're gonna
You
get
can
through
do it.
this. Hell yeah. But no, it's awesome because I've got 2 dogs in here with me right now. I've got my old man Zeus at my feet. Like he's all curled up. Yeah, I am gonna blame it on the dog cause. Fuck yeah, I am. Women don't fart. That's like a scientific fact. Obviously. We wait till we're asleep and then we let it all out. It's true. That's what normally happens.
Wonder why the man goes to a different room.
Mm-hmm. Wait for the part where she stares for 5 minutes. But yeah, no, we're gonna get through this, you guys. Don't you worry. I might struggle a little here and there, but we're gonna get through this. We're a team. So but yeah, okay. So I saw an article the other day, and there's not much. Like I'm not a huge hippie. I might be from California, and I might be from the Bay Area at that. I get super hippie on a lot of shit. Except when it comes to like one thing. And that one thing is orca, right? And like I've literally been obsessed with these creatures since the movie Free Willy. Obsessed. Like I've read every single book I can get my hands on about them, every article about them. I've seen every video about them. Like, I can't get enough of them. Like, number one bucket list item is to swim with wild orca in New Zealand. That is number one bucket list item.
And not die.
They don't eat people. Hello.
Yeah.
No, they don't. Really. Okay, so the only attacks on people ever recorded have been in captivity. And there's a reason for that. And like the reason is that the orca go fucking insane in captivity. And you would too, honestly. If, you spend your whole life with, your family, like in the wild, like orcas spend their whole life with their moms, right? They're a matriarchal society. And they spend their whole, oh, my fucking nose. They spend their whole life with like their mom, their grandma, their great grandma, and like their aunts, great aunts, blah blah blah. So with what SeaWorld does and a lot of these other aquatic theme parks is they'll rip babies away when they're like 2-3 years old. They'll rip them away and send them to a different park. But the thing,
That's fucked up.
The thing is, right? So that's already fucked up in the first place. But on top of that is that each pod has its own unique language, right? So
I thought dolphin. Oh no, dolphin. Yeah, the bottlenose dolphins are like that too, aren't they?
They think so, but yeah. So like even the pods in like the Pacific Northwest region, for example, even they have different dialects from each other. So, like the resident pods have a different dialect than the transient pods, right? And like even those ones have slight variations from the different ones. So like J, K, and L pods have slight variations from each other. Even though they're all residents, they all have different variations. So when they were doing this whole capture program in the 70s and 80s and capturing these wild orca and then throwing them in these tanks with other wild orca, they weren't able to fucking communicate with each other, because you would have orca from like the Pacific Northwest mixed in with orca from like Iceland, like the North Atlantic from like Iceland or whatnot, mixed in with Antarctic orca, and they have no way of communicating with each other, which is why you would then have orca fight with each other, which is highly uncommon in the wild because they never like interact with each other, right? In the real world. Oh, my fucking face. And so they go crazy, not just because, like, one, they can't communicate with each other, but then, you know, they're being stressed out by being ripped apart from their families. But then, you know, they're going around and around and around in circles all fucking day, right? You would go fucking crazy too. But apparently an orca named Katina, who's the matriarch of the SeaWorld Orlando orca pod, sustained a huge cut in the backside of her dorsal fin in what SeaWorld believes to be the result of interactions with other members of the orca pod. Quote, "It's horrific," Heather Murphy, founder of Ocean Advocate News, told the Dodo. "I can't imagine the pain she must have been through." So SeaWorld's veterinary and animal care teams are attending Katina's injury with cold laser therapy and medical honey treatments, according to SeaWorld's blog posted on Saturday, 2 weeks after the orca's injury occurred. It could take several weeks or months for the injury to heal. So Travis Clater, who's the director of corporate communications at SeaWorld, also said he didn't know whether the injury would prevent Katina from performing in the future. As of right now, she's held out of performing in SeaWorld's One Ocean show. She's currently recuperating in a separate pool with her daughter Neilani and son Makayo. So SeaWorld said it expects Katina's dorsal fin will have a permanent changes as a result of the injury. So the injury, it's a clean cut, and it like a clean, like sharp cut, like almost as though a blade did this. Like it doesn't look. There's no teeth marks around it as though another whale grabbed it and ripped it. Like, it's very fishy about this. But
I honestly thought SeaWorld was going to stop the whole captive program. I read that somewhere, and they're still doing it?
Okay, so SeaWorld has stopped breeding. They've stopped their breeding program. So they're no longer breeding orcas, which is good, right? Because, again, what they were doing is they were literally having these orca act like brood mares and breeding them as often as possible and as much as they could. And so, you know the movie Blackfish? Like the documentary Blackfish?
No, I never know.
Oh, okay. So it's about Tilikum, which is, he was a wild caught orca, and he was massive. And he was studied out by SeaWorld a lot. So, like, what they would do is they almost like artificially inseminate their orca, right? So they would obtain semen or whatnot from Tilikum and then, you know, artificially inseminate the females. but they would do that to Tilikum because of his massive size and, trying to make big babies. But yeah, but Tilikum is actually the orca who he's killed at least 2 trainers that we know of, but he's attacked a few people. Yeah. But every time it got like swept under the rug. It was bad.
Yes, they're like hunters, so I don't understand. Like this got to be like so like they're smart, they're natural. I mean, that shit's like I don't know. You get me super hippie right now.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like torture on them because that's what they do. They swim around, they hunt. They're smart.
Yeah, no, they swim upwards of like, what was it? I think it's up to like 100 miles a day. Some ridiculous fucking number. But then in captivity, they're forced to just like make circles.
Yeah, that's no.
Orcas have clear backpacks now. They have to.
No, yeah.
Just like YouTube headquarters, they have to have clear briefcases. True story.
YouTube brought that on themselves.
I don't know, Pookie. That'd be like putting you in a corporate cubicle.
Oh no, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Right.
I'd start snapping people's necks by the end of the day.
Yeah, make you wear a suit and everything, tie.
No, the suit and tie wouldn't bother me none. I mean, if I had money, I'd be rolling around like 1930s look. That's how I'd roll. But I mean, but the cubicle, hell no.
Right, but yeah, but SeaWorld, to save face, they're saying like, oh no, this is a common occurrence amongst, wild killer whales. No, it's not. It's really not. So, another thing that, SeaWorld likes to claim is, the life expectancy is the same here as it is in the wild, when it's not. So orca in the wild live up to 100 years old, if not older. And
holy shit, I didn't know that.
And orca in captivity might see 30, maybe, if they're lucky.
Isn't it a lot of it because of bacteria?
Bacteria, a lot of them get pneumonia and die that way. Like, that's a bad way to go.
Yeah.
Oh, I never would have pictured like a marine mammal getting pneumonia.
Yeah, no, it's a bad way to go.
They don't clean the water good enough. You sit there and think they do, because they're sitting there floating around doing circles, and they're basically floating in each other's crap.
Yeah.
And unless they put the filters on hyperdrive daily, which they don't because they have to save money, they're going to take it into their gills.
Oh, they don't have gills.
Well, okay.
They breathe air.
Yeah. Okay, you got me.
I did.
But no, that makes sense though. I did read somewhere about the bacteria problem.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. Life expectancy for orca in captivity is severely less than it is in the wild. And then dorsal drop never happens in the wild, but it always happens in captivity.
I don't understand why they still do that shit.
What, dorsal drop?
No, like keeping these animals like contained like that, that's just insane. I mean, I understand like endangered species programs and like zoos and stuff like that. That makes sense. But you go like, I don't know if you've ever been to like the DC Zoo. Like the tigers have lots of roaming room. I mean, they're taken care of, like that's just insane though, sticking a damn mammal in a tank for them to swim around all day.
So there's actually an orca by the name of Lolita who lives in the Miami Seaquarium, who is one of the last remaining wild caught orca alive. And there have been numerous petitions to get her released back into the wild, because they know where she, like, they know what pod she came from. They know where her family is. But like the tank that she's in right now, it's ridiculously small. Like, she can barely fully submerge. Her companions are common dolphin and false killer whales, or pilot whales. But yeah, she's part of, she comes from the Pacific Northwest residential killer whale population. I believe she's part of, I think she's part of L pod, L or J. But yeah, like I said, I'm obsessed. But for whatever reason, Miami Seaquarium won't release her, because they say that she's been in captivity for so long that putting her back out into the wild would be a death sentence. But, you know, it's slowly, like, this animal's still calling out for her family. And, like, they could almost do what they did for Keiko, which is the whale that starred in Free Willy, who was successfully reintroduced into the wild. Where you build like almost like a sea pen, and you reintroduce how to, like, introduce and reteach her how to hunt. And, you know, you give her that opportunity to call out to her family and to like to reestablish those connections with her family. So I mean, you know, like, it's possible. We've already done it with one whale. Like, why can't we do it with this one? Just my thought.
Well, it all boils down to money.
Right?
Yeah. And you're definitely dropping some knowledge on us.
So Keiko actually died, I think it was about 5 years after his re-release into the wild. He got sick.
Oh.
But yeah, he lived for like 5 years after he was re-released. Friggin', he'd like come back every so often, and like, because he was so used to people. Like, he found this fishing village and like would come hang out and be like, "Hey guys, what's up?" I know I have a lot of like useless knowledge about this stuff.
Well,
No, it's good knowledge. I mean, really, it is.
All right.
I mean, I learned something today.
Hey, yeah.
All right, enough hippie stuff. All right, we can move on now.
Go pet the fuzzy wall real quick.
I don't have a fuzzy wall. Zeus is down here at my feet. He's like, I can't reach him right now.
It's too far.
It is too far. All right. What did you guys want to talk about?
Well, Pookie, do you want to talk about a teacher in Bangkok, McDonald's, or immigrants?
Oh, let's do Bangkok.
Okay.
Cock.
Okay. Sex coach who claims to have U.S. election dirt charged with prostitution. A self-styled sex coach who claims to have insider knowledge of Moscow's attempts to meddle in the U.S. election has been charged with prostitution in Thailand. Anastasia, and I cannot pronounce that last name, made headlines last month when she publicly asked the United States to help free her from a Thai detention center in exchange for information on alleged ties between the Trump campaign and Russia. Colonel another Russian name, the chief of the, oh no, not Russian, Pataya police station said the Belarus-born, um, her name, and friends she was detained with were charged after an individual came forward with evidence against the group. Kapech said the evidence from the individual, whom he refused to name, was strong enough that authorities could now pursue charges that she had arranged sexual activities in return for payment. So there you go.
I didn't know it was illegal to be a prostitute in Bangkok. I thought that was like the thing to do there.
Well, wasn't Thailand the one that was just in dispute not that long ago, and then China ended up taking over?
I'm not sure.
That would have been Taiwan, and I think Taiwan is still its own sovereign nation.
Okay, that's what I wasn't sure if it was Thailand or Taiwan. Yeah, Bangkok has always been known as the party city.
The Bangkok.
the Bangkok drip, as everybody refers to. Right, this hooker, she even has the whole tweet and kiss faces and all that up, and posts, but supposedly she has something on Trump.
Is that the new get out of jail free card?
Yeah, you have to wonder, is okay, she sits there and says that, she's just like, okay, give us a piece, let us verify, and just maybe we'll talk. But then again, who's she going to talk to? Who has any
fake news?
What? Well, yeah, news, but in other words, anybody who can get her out is part of Trump's group at this point. So you have to wonder, okay, who's she really trying to pander to, and is she just trying to save her skin because she don't like what's coming? Because they said it found guilty. She yeah, it found guilty. She has 2 to 6 years in prison, and and up to $1,280 fine on top of it. So, Bangkok, if I remember right, because I've watched those lockups overseas.
You don't want to go to jail over there.
You don't want to go to jail there. No. Not the best place.
Right. Friggin'. So I just saw something. So a teenager apparently just got sentenced to 65 years in jail.
Wait, what?
Yeah, this is after turning down a plea deal of 25 years.
So I need more info.
Holy shit. So a teenager tried as an adult under Alabama's accomplice liability law was sentenced to 65 years in prison Thursday after rejecting an earlier plea deal that recommended 25 years.
Ouch.
So in a 2-day trial in March, oh my God. Lakeith, there we go. Smith, who's now 18 years old, of Montgomery, was convicted of felony murder, burglary, and theft for helping the 2015 break-ins of 2 homes in Millbrook, about 10 miles north of Montgomery. He did not kill Adante Washington, 16 years old, of Montgomery, who is part of the group of 5 accused of the thefts. But several in the group, including Washington, fired shots at Millbrook police officers who responded February 23rd, 2015, to call of a burglary in process, according to officer body camera footage. What? That whole sentence made no sense. The officer that Washington ran toward, pointing a .38 caliber revolver, fired his police-issued sidearm 4 times, killing Washington. Smith was accused of being criminally responsible for the acts that led to Washington's death, the gist of Alabama's accomplice laws. An Elmore County grand jury cleared the officer who fired the fatal shots. The officer's name was not released. On Thursday, Judge Sibley Reynolds of Alabama's 19th Circuit Court handed down 3 sentences that Smith will serve back to back: 30 years for murder, 15 years for burglary, and 10 years each for 2 theft convictions. Smith smiled and laughed through the sentencing, said C.J. Robinson, Chief Assistant District Attorney. Smith flashed a broad smile March 14th as he was led out of the courtroom shortly after the verdicts were announced. Quote, "I don't think Mr. Smith will be smiling long when he gets to prison," Robinson said. "We are very pleased with this sentence. Because the sentences are consecutive, it will be a long time before he comes up for even the possibility of parole, at least 20 to 25 years. So Alabama's accomplice law states that a person is legally liable for the behavior of another who commits a criminal offense if that person aids or abets the first person in committing the offense. It wasn't immediately known how many states have similar statutes. So the officer shot Adante, not Lakeith Smith. Smith's lawyer, Jennifer Holton, said during the trial, Lakeith was a 15-year-old child scared to death. He did not participate in the act that caused the death of Adante. He never shot anybody. No, but he probably egged that kid on. So, whatever.
I'm just confused by this, right? So the kid got a murder charge, but he didn't murder anyone. And the murder was the cop shooting another kid, and there was a murder charge attempted to that?
Okay, so I think I understand. Oh, my fucking face. So basically this group of like 5 kids were robbing a house with weapons, right? So armed robbery. So what is that? Burglary?
All right, that's a felony, yes.
Yes.
10 years automatic in my state.
Right? So I guess when the police showed up, this kid, Lakeith, told this other kid, Adante, or I don't know if it's a dashante. I don't know, but there's a little dash in there. I don't know. Pretty much egged this other kid on to go after the cops. So the cop, responding in, self-defense.
Yeah.
And doing, his job, took down the threat, which happened to be taking down this kid. So according to Alabama's accomplice laws, because this kid was provoked into attacking the police by this Lakeith kid, Lakeith and these other kids are responsible for the death of this Adante.
But they got charged with murder, right?
Yes.
I'm so confused. But all right, whatever.
They got charged with felony murder.
I mean, first of all, they should have been robbing a house, and second of all, they shouldn't have had guns, and third, they deserve it. But the murder thing just confuses me.
Right. Well, yeah. But it's felony murder.
And you have to wonder, felony murder, but which can't. I mean, you could go from manslaughter or even, again, there are questions there.
Questions, yes.
whole body itches.
Do we have a legal team on staff so we can consult on
I
this?
mean, we've got the judge. But yeah. But I don't know if he's like, versed in Alabama's laws.
Well, I was just like, I was like all questioning it, like, wait, he's getting charged for murder. That's wrong. That's wrong. And then when you told me he smiled while he was getting a verdict, I was like, oh, that motherfucker needs to rot.
Right?
Kidding, right?
So yeah, I don't know. I was looking up
That's just insanity.
I was looking up news articles and I was like, oh shit. That one definitely caught my eye.
When that, people get verdicts like that, you have to sit there and say, okay, he's going to be in there for a long ass time, and you have to sit there and go, okay, what would be a better way to put their time to use rather than just sitting in jail? I mean, couldn't they be our drug testers?
I do agree with you on what I know where you're going with this, and I do agree with you on that.
Our guinea pigs.
Yeah, and we've
yeah, exactly.
They have the new procedures out there that they want to test, like, hey, let's change his face, or hey, let's exchange arms, or hey, if he contributes his arm, we'll cut his sentence off a little bit, things of that nature.
If they're gonna mutilate my body, I better have my whole sentence commuted at that point.
Right.
But you see where I'm going with it.
Oh my god! Did you see fucking badass McGregor take on a bus full of fighters? Oh my god!
That's like I said. You get into a whose dick's bigger than mine contest. You throw down. I don't care if you have to smash heads in the process.
Right. Ugh.
Hey,
fucking.
You win that competition.
I was gonna say, if you got the balls, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's man code. If someone comes out and be like, "You got a tiny dick," you start fighting.
But yeah, oh my god. So, he had a bail hearing today. Or what is it? Bond hearing? I don't fucking know. Obviously, I've never been
Just imagine him being in jail and all dudes are scared as shit of him. Like, this dude could kill me.
See the video of him just going after the bus? It was epic.
Sweet.
Epic. So Conor McGregor's bail was set at $50,000 in an arraignment hearing. There we go, an arraignment hearing. Friday for his charges of misdemeanor assault and felony criminal mischief as a result of his role in Thursday's incident at the Barclays Center. Sources told Ariel Helwani of MMA Fighting. McGregor's passport will not be seized, and he'll be allowed to fly back to Ireland. However, a court date has not yet been set. McGregor was involved in an incident yesterday that took place at the what? The article just ends. Like, literally, the article says that took place at the, and then CONCL.
Well,
it ends. There's nothing like. Did you mean to end it there?
that's what we call a cliffhanger.
Right? Where's the rest? Who is the editor?
To be continued.
See, in McGregor's defense, that's a normal day on the bus in Ireland.
Right. I've been to Ireland. There's not that many fights there. Although I will say, I will say, so when I was there, apparently someone tried almost punched me in the back of the head as I was at a concert. I had no idea this even happened. But I was at this Viking death metal concert thing. I I
Amon
don't,
Amarth?
I don't know. I was
Oh,
some random dudes that I met at a pub. They're like, "We're going to a concert. You want to go?" Sure, because I make really good decisions. So I went, and so we make our way to the front, and I turn around and I look at the dude, and he's got a bloody nose, and I'm like, "What the hell happened to you?" And he's like, "Someone tried to hit you in the back of the head, so I had to hit him." And I was like, "Oh, what the fuck? What just happened?"
see,
Chivalry.
your knight in shining armor just showed up and you didn't even realize it.
Right? He was older. I didn't even nothing happened.
Weren't you supposed to give him a shit? He my hero?
No, I did not. He was a lot older than me. He was a lot older. But all right, you guys, it is break time. When we come back, we are going to have Jerri Ann Saylor with us. And over the break, you're going to listen to some of her new music. So enjoy that shit. So take shots. I don't know. Grab food, grab snacks or something. I'm going to do that. I'm probably going to scratch my nose some more because it itches. Like my whole face itches.
Good old fentanyl.
Ugh. Dude, seriously, it's fucking ugh. It sucks. All right, you guys, we're gonna go on break. We shall be back here shortly with our guest of Anna. So we'll be right back. All right, shots.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
All right, welcome back, everybody, and welcome, Jerri Ann. Welcome to the show. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very
Stoned out
well.
board.
Friggin' everyone listened to literally a bunch of your songs just now. Let me see, what did they listen to? They listened to Strong, Wild Horses, Even the Devil, and Nights I'll Never Remember. Which I thought were fun ones to get going with. So you've got a new album out.
I do. It actually releases a week from today. Pre-orders started today on Google Play. iTunes is slow, so they got to get their shit together. But that should be started tomorrow. So we have a week of pre-order, and then it actually releases next Friday.
Very
Friday
nice.
the 15th.
Friggin'. How long has project been in the works for?
We started the album in September, so it's very short as far as that goes, and all of it started. So I was on here a year ago today, I think it was a year ago today, and it was right after Hallelujah went crazy. This was the first thing I did was went on the air with you guys.
Yeah.
And then Hallelujah blew up. It's been watched 110 million times, and then I said, well, God, maybe I should do music. And then so we did the Kickstarter, and that funded, and we started in September, and we busted tail, and we just got it done 3 days ago. So
That's awesome. You just got the album completely done 3 days ago?
yeah, actually, so because we're idiots, we had 10 songs on there. So we had 10 fully produced songs, and then we didn't like the number 10. We're like, we need at least 11. And so Greg, he's a friend of mine who co-writes and he produced it. He's like, well, if you have anything else in your brain you want to write it quick. So a week ago yesterday, so last Thursday, I wrote another song. He wrote the music Friday. We recorded it Sunday. We finished it Monday, and we put it on, and it's going out with everything else. So we just finished it.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
It is crazy. I'm tired.
So how's this whole process been for you, from like writing to recording to mastering to, getting it all out?
Um, it's super awesome, but it's also a giant pain in the ass. I just didn't know what I was getting into. I had no idea. I always have kind of saying, but not like this, and not for people on purpose. And so when we said, oh, we're gonna do an album, I just didn't know. So any of you people who are not musicians, man, respect the amount of work they put into giving you one song, because it's crazy. So you write, and then you have to decide if it's good enough that you want to put music to it, or some people do music then lyrics backwards. And then you have to get it good enough, and then you start with the musicians, and then you build it up from there. It's a lot. And then you have to make sure that every album, all these things I didn't know. And then so on the album, you don't want all fat. Me, I want all, like, I'm mostly singing country, but I want all fast country or 80s rock. So the Devil song, I said I want as 80s rock as I can get squashed onto a country album. And so that's how we ended up with it. It's like the one that doesn't really fit, because it's just a little different. And so we just had to you have to have some slow songs and just all this shit. I learned so much. It's been nuts, just nuts. And I realized how much I'm clueless, which is fine. I'm learning a lot. So what do you do?
Freaking Pookie.
Yeah. Are you signed like with a label, or are you doing everything like independent pretty much?
Am I what now? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Oh no, are you signed with a label, or are you independent like whole way right now?
No, independent. No, we're completely. So I really only started singing. Like, I've only played guitar a year and a half, and I only really started singing for people a year ago, like last month. And so when this all went nuts, we've done everything alone. And so what's cool about it is you get to do whatever you want. Labels tell you what to do and shit. And I tell everybody, they're like, what if somebody asks to sign you? I don't think I would even do it. Like, I would have the mother of all deals, because all they give you is, I say all they give you is money. So, like advertising, and then more in like radio airtime. But then they also tell you what you can write and what it can be about. And I just, no, like, I just can't, I don't know. So no, everything is by hand, by ourselves, the whole 9 yards. Cause I have a song called She Wants the D. And I said, I'm writing a song called She Wants the D. Dude, I swear to God. And Greg, who's my co-writer, and he's not military, he was like, no. And I said, yeah. And he was like, no, you can't write a song called She Wants the D. And I was like, no, I'm gonna. So I wrote it about a guitar. So if you don't know what She Wants the D means, it sounds like she's singing about a guitar, like, singing in a guitar. But it's not. It's like she wants the D string, and it sings about this guitar. And so shit like that, no label would ever let me get away with that. So, no. I want to keep my songs how I want them.
That's awesome.
So it makes it harder though, because of streaming now. So and all this stuff I just learned recently. So for streaming, it's so expensive to put out music, which again I didn't know. And so when people stream, which is awesome, it's a good way to find new music, but you literally get almost nothing for it. So if everyone streams it, no one buys the album. And then they're like, hey, put out another album. Well, you just can't afford to do it, because streaming 10,000 streams makes a singer like $60, like 10,000 streams. Well, 10,000 CDs sold, that's $10 a pop minus your cost. So it's just, the difference is astronomical. So as an indie, I hope I get to keep doing this. It's all going to depend on how the album does, because you don't have anyone footing the bill for you. You just do everything, and you rely on the people who are following you to help you. And but I literally have the best community. Vets are badass, and they bullied me into this. So, I think it's probably going to do okay.
You going to do a tour?
Yeah, I'm actually not specifically to promote the album exactly. So I started traveling last year with Hallelujah, and I mostly thought it was just going to be, fun and for the summer, and then just didn't stop. So I'm booked out from now through November, almost every other weekend or more every month. And there's a couple months where I took some time off because, you know what, like I have life here at home. But I'm all over the country, and I just within the last month started booking in my home state. I'm in Minnesota. And so I don't even sing here ever. I'm gone all the time. I'll be in Ohio, and I'm singing at the VFW National Convention in Kansas City. I'll be in Texas in a couple weeks. I'll be out in California. I plan to be out in Virginia. I'll be all over the place. It's crazy. Some of it's just for Hallelujah still. Some's for acoustic sets, and some's with the whole band. So it's sporadic.
Awesome.
So what's the biggest size venue that you've sang for?
Number of people or size? Number of people is probably I don't know, pushing the 2,000 mark. Because I sing for a lot of veteran organizations at this point. So it's a lot of, or up until now, I should say. So it's been a lot of, charity events and fundraisers and stuff like that. And they're like, well, if you come, people will come to hear you, and then they'll come donate money. So it works out for both of us, it's awesome. And then I have a pretty good sized following now in the vet community. And so it spreads the word for their event. So it's really worked out pretty killer. And then now I'm starting to, play with the band instead of just by myself. And so that's going to change stuff sort of, because it's always just been me and a guitarist or just me playing alone. So when you get a whole band behind you, there's some pretty big shows. There's one coming up in Michigan that's not quite announced yet. There's another one in Illinois. That one I'm probably not supposed to announce yet. But it's like full band stuff. So yeah, it totally changes. And sometimes I still sing at the long-term care at the VA, which is between like 4 to 20 guys who are in the long-term care at the VA. So I just go sit there with the guitar and bum around for an hour. So.
Aww.
It's nice of you to do that, and thank you. Someone asked, where in Texas, if you can disclose?
Oh, yeah. I'll be in Gale, Texas on, I think it's the 27th, and then Snyder, which is right next door, on the 20th, 29th. So I'm singing at Coyote Cafe in Gale. That's a 2-hour acoustic show, just me and a guitar singing. And then the next day at Snyder is at a tavern, like a barbecue place and tavern. And then the next day is at the American Legion. And so we made a whole weekend of it. It's south of Lubbock. Texas is huge. So people are like, oh, I'm in Texas. You don't just zip across Texas to go see somebody, because it's so big. People in the smaller states don't get that. They're like, oh, we'll just run to, Vermont or whatever from New Hampshire. No, it doesn't work that way.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, it's huge. But the guy who basically funded the trip and who booked me for it is a ex-military. And he's like, if people come from more than 2 hours away, he's like, he wants to kick in and treat them to dinner for the night if they're coming from far, just for that. And so it's pretty cool. Like, it should be a good weekend.
That's awesome. So for this, I guess, concert, if you will, in Texas, are you going to be doing pretty much like the acoustic version of your album?
Yes. So that's been the challenge actually so far, is that I'm a really shitty guitar player still. So everybody who knows, the whole reason I started the music page wasn't to sing. It was because I started learning guitar. So, I'm part of Girls for Gunsingers, obviously, and we're all about whatever works. So if it's music therapy or occupational therapy, whatever, well, music therapy is so huge for people. My basically pitch to people is it can be whatever you want. You can put in earbuds and hide from people with it, or you can use it to rock out with a group. Like, it's so great. You can do whatever you want with it. So I started learning guitar to play at the VA. And so now the challenge is to take these songs and make them so that me being a, novice guitar player, I mean, it's fine, but I need to be able to play them as well. So probably I do covers also still, just not very often. And then I'll do all of my own that I can do acoustically. And then like Devil, that I cannot play acoustically. So during breaks, because you always end up taking a break, I'll just run it through the PA on a break, because I'm not going to pull that thing off. There's no fucking way I can play that. So eventually that's my goal. But for right now, it ain't happening. So.
That's awesome. Pookie.
Okay, you're talking about your guitar. I'm a music kid. What's your equipment? I need to know.
Oh,
What's your baby right now?
So my love of my life is a breed love. So I play. I just barely started picking up electric, and I kind of stole a Gretsch. It's got this cool sound because it can sound like a '50s, guitar, but then you can change it and change it up, and it can sound like a rock out guitar. And so I love it. But I just started that, so I picked up a Taylor when I started playing, and it was just too bright. So if you're singing with the group, I guess it'll cut through well, but it was too bright for me alone. So I grabbed a breed love, and I'll never look back. It is my favorite thing in the world. I absolutely love it. Like I tell everyone they start guitar, go get a breed love. I just love it. I actually have two now. I have one that I love more than my kid. Like it's my favorite thing that I own probably. And
Oh my God.
yeah. So then I got one for Christmas because I used to have we call it the campfire guitar. Like everyone calls it that because I'm really fucking clumsy, like bad clumsy. So I said, if I trip and fall into a campfire, which has happened with my breed love, I'll cry. Like I'm not a crier and I would cry. So for Christmas, Ryan got me he got me another breed love, but it's just like the lower end, lower, like a step down from the one I travel with. And so, see, I'm going to show it off because I liked it. And so that's my campfire guitar. So it sounds good. It's not quite as good, plugged in. But then if I fall in the fire and it lights on fire, it'll be all right. I'll be okay. So I've got two of them.
So what was your inspiration for the songs on your album? Like, where did you draw inspiration for these songs?
Oh, it sounds so cliche. Just life. I mean, honestly, just life. There's a song called "Ready for the Ride." They're like, you have to do a bio song that's like built around your life, and I said, no, that's stupid. I'm not doing that, and I refused. And then Greg, who co-writes, he's like, well, you write down shit about your life, and I'll make it pretty, basically. So we did. So that's how Ride came about. And then Nights I'll Never Remember, the drinking song. So I had it's funny you were talking about the kidney thing. So I had a kidney issue before, and then a gallbladder issue this winter, and then tonsillitis, all like on top of each other. And so I was on really killer painkillers. So I was sitting at my desk at like 2 a.m, and I wrote most of those words. And apparently I sent them to Greg, and he called me at 2 a.m, because he doesn't sleep either, and said, he's like, hey, I think you should rearrange this song a little bit. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. So the next day I go over there because we're, working on stuff. And he goes, hey, I got a melody for that song. Da, da, da. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, the drinking song. And I was like, did I send you that? And he's like, dude, we talked to her on the phone. And then I kind of remembered, but I was high as a fuck. Like, I didn't even remember writing the song or like the words. So that was it. It turned out we love it, but it was a complete accident because I was baked on painkillers. So,
right.
Yeah.
So you're like me right now, where you're like, I'm high as fuck and I can't feel my face, but it itches.
Oh yeah, I'm good now, but that day it was rough. And so, yeah, all the songs in there are most of them are something out of life, except the duet. I don't do anything mushy at all. And they're like, you have to put some love song on there, and I was like, no. I just said no. It's like, I'm not doing it. And they're like, no, you have to, because you don't have just a bunch of drunk sailors listening to now. So he had written one already. And I said, oh, I like that one, so we'll sing that. And then Ryan, who's the other person on the duet, is an Army vet. So I was like, well, that's fitting. So it worked perfect. So, yeah, that's the only one. The rest of them have stories, except for the love song, because I refused to do one at first. I just said no. So.
Owl.
When you're talking about the process of producing and editing, because of what I've gone through, I know that process, and it is not fun. What was the hardest thing you had to learn about the editing, the producing, even upload and stream? What was the hardest part you had to learn?
That honestly, that I don't always get my way. So that sounds terrible, but it's true though. So when you start a song, it's like an acoustic, to mess around to get, or electric, but for the most part it was acoustic, just how we started off, and words. And then you get used to that, and then you have people who are better at this than you who say, well, it needs more. Like, you need layers of music, and you need shakers, which I hate shakers in any song. And then so we had to go through and listen to other songs out there, and they're like, there's the shaker there, and I never noticed them before. But when you start a track from the ground, everything you add, I was like, well, I hate that. I was like, I don't want that either. And they're like, well, you can't just have you on a guitar. Like, no. So that was just the process of building a song from nothing to what it is. It's a process. And then, just the editing. Oh my God. I just didn't know, when you sing a song live, there's so much energy that everybody just hears it live. And if you screw up, it's no big deal. But you get one shot at putting out a song. It needs to be perfect. So you sing it not 3 minutes once, you sing it for 4 hours until it's perfect. And then they're like, oh, well, that one works. So it's a lot of work. You just don't know. You think, oh, you just sing a song, no big deal. Well, it doesn't work that way. And that was
and then even once you're done with the perfect song, you still have to layer it with the perfect instruments.
Yes.
And it's such a combination. Yeah, I learned the process, and I can understand. Now, you say it's you and a couple others. Are these the musicians who are all coming in on this, or did you bring outside help for the editing?
Okay, so the guy who did the producing has been a friend, which was very helpful, because I'm kind of a dick. So he knew coming into it what he was getting himself into. I acquired the name Lucy by the end of it, and Lucy is short for Lucifer because they didn't want to call me Satan anymore. And so that was awesome. But when he knew what he was getting into. So he's like, well, we need this and this and this. He goes, let me pick the musicians, because I have friends that are musicians. And he's like, what you're going to learn is that live musicians are not always studio guys. They're not the same animal. So, like, if you can sing live and have the energy and get the crowd rolling, but they might not be, like, precise enough to do an album, like, to record and have it on point on the click track, the timing. And I didn't know that before. So I had some friends, I was like, oh, I'd like to get him involved. And he was just like, oh my God, like, do we have, like, can I just get good players? So we had a lot. And then everyone plays with a different style. So you have to say, well, this guy's badass on this song, but it just didn't work on another one. And that's a process you have to learn, or I had to learn, because he knew, and I just argued and then found out I should have listened. So, yeah, hence the nickname Lucifer, but it's cool.
So going from Hallelujah to country, and you said even a little bit of 80s, how does that, was that in your comfort zone? Or are you planning to even go further with other areas? Where are you planning to go with it?
Dude, I don't know. That's the crazy part. This all happened so fast. You think a year is a long time, but it's not. It went by so fast. And I literally went from, playing guitar for a year and a half to singing. And I started with a vocal coach, because a friend of mine who is really good, he said, you sing fine, but get a voice coach. And he was right. I went in and they're like, well, you don't even breathe right. Like, who breathes wrong? Me. Like, I didn't even breathe right. So you have to learn all this. Just the year has gone. It's been so much. So going from just Hallelujah and screwing around with the guitar to this whole album now, touring, like, I'm traveling the whole country. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know where it's gonna go. Country is my comfort zone. Everything I sing that comes out of my mouth sounds country. But I love rock. Like, I love rock a lot. So I would like to branch into that if I can. And then just whatever. That's the bonus too of not having, like, a label, is I probably couldn't have fit all those songs that are on there, might not have been, like, approved to be together. Yeah. But I can do whatever I want to do. So if the album sells, if people actually like it enough to, kick it out and share it with people, and it sells, I'd like to do another one and add a little more rock to it, maybe. But dude, I don't know. I don't have a plan. I'm winging it. That's the truth.
Here's a fun question: minivan, van, or pickup? What you driving?
Me? Oh,
yeah. You got to
truck.
go on tour.
Always.
What you doing?
What now? You're cutting
You
out
got
a little bit.
when you're going all around the places. What you driving, or are you flying?
Oh no! So most of the time I fly. If I'm alone, it just doesn't make sense to drive. It's just too far. And if it's just me playing myself, then I just fly everywhere. So I'm racking up all kinds of miles, which is great and expensive. But if I drive, it's always a truck. Always, if I can get away with it. So I have a beast of an old 1996 Ford extended cab with a 7.3 in it.
Or
That's
you lost me there.
the Ford thing.
I don't know why you have to be rude, Owl.
Dude, no, it's cool. Do you want to know
Wow.
what's funny about that? So there's a song.
You triggered me a little bit.
I thought we were soulmates. Guess not. There's a song on here. So my grandpa like lived and breathed farm all tractors, you know, and then the alternative, which is the wrong thing, is John Deere. So I was like, I'm gonna write a song about that, and everybody was like, don't write another farm all John Deere song because that's been done. And I was like, well, it has been done how I want to do it. So we wrote this song, and it sounds. I hope people give it a chance and listen through to hear it because it's called the Plow Song, and it sounds like this cutesy summer love song. So it's not gonna be for everyone, but when you get to the chorus, it says roses or farmals are red, John Deere's are green, but I'd totally plow you if you know what I mean. Because yeah. So the whole song is just like this really cutesy, and then you're just like, but I'd totally plow you. And when I said I want to write that, they're like, no, you can't put that in the song. You know, it's like it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And so I have shirts that say "plow me" on them because of the song. So back to the Ford thing. At the end of the song, I wanted to add in, and on the scratch track, the demo we did, I had it, and it said, "Whoa, I can handle John Deere's, but I can't plow a guy who drives a Chevy." And they made me take it out. They said I couldn't leave it in there. Yeah.
That's fun.
Oh my god, I had so much fun. We will be doing at some point, even if it's a shitty like half-assed demo-y type one, we'll be doing like a censored album for sure because I have so many songs that I would like to finish that I can't put out like on a traditional country CD where I want actual not military to hear it because like the military is gonna dig it. They're gonna think it's great. Like the D string is awesome. Like I had the girl who sang harmonies. She was singing it and singing the harmonies, and then she said about an hour, and she's like, "Does this mean what I think it means?" And they're like, "Yes." So then she was walking around. They ran to Walmart for something, so she's walking around with one of the other guys who's helping with edits, and she's singing to herself like absentmindedly. He wants the D string, and he's like, "Stop singing that at Walmart." You're like singing out loud. She wants the D. So that's my life goal. It's to make everyone like absentmindedly sing "She Wants the D" and not realize they're doing it. It's like the life goal now. So I have high expectations. That's it. Like I really don't. That's the expectation I'm hoping for.
That's awesome. I mean, that's a good goal to have, I think.
I think
Right?
it's hilarious.
All right, so what's are you already, I guess, in prep stages for album number 2?
Well, not exactly. So we're gonna take some breathing room for a minute and sleep. Sleep is gonna be good. We have I thought that the work would stop for a little while, before I start traveling at the end of April, but it doesn't because I do all my own. If I had a real job now, it's graphic design and marketing. I'm also a firearms instructor, but mostly I did graphic design. So I'm doing all my own stuff. So I have all these, I have to run the website and keep everything updated and do everything. And so I'm just doing that. And we're still writing a little bit. And then we'll just take more time to write this time for a couple months and then just pick what we want instead of writing specifically for an album. Because that's a lot harder. It makes more pressure on it,
Yeah.
So, but I hope we get to do another one. Basically we have to just wait and see how this does, and then based on how it goes, will kind of set us up to find out if we can start in round 2 with more time and some Prozac probably.
Oh no. Owl, did we lose you?
I think we lost Mr. Owl.
Owl. Owl. Where the hell did he go?
I'm here.
All right. We lost you.
No, all my equipment went down.
Oh, interesting. Pookie.
Okay, so you said you're a big rock aficionado. I need to get out of you. What is your favorite rock band?
Oh God, it's not even band specifically. It's like specific songs that I grew up with, like stuff like I love Rob Zombie, you know, and then I like some Metallica, and I like I know that's corny in the traditional ones, but that really is what I like. So that's the stuff that I heard. Like my parents listened to it when I was a kid, and I've listened to it since then. But mostly I grew up on country, so that's why I like to go back to rock if I can mix the two. And then of more current stuff, I love Theory of a Dead Man. I just love them. I don't even know if they technically count as rock, but big fan. Maybe they don't. They're like alternative rock.
So you try to get that psychobilly sound, kind of, if that's what you're trying to go for.
Yeah, I don't even. It's not even like a sound. It's just, I know it sounds stupid, but it's just like if I like it. So I like to go out and rock out and dance and headbang with all this lots of hair and shit. And if it's like good, feel good music, I love it. And that's the kind of music that does that. You know what I mean? And so that's all that I care. Like if you can crank it up and people are having fun with it, I'm stoked. Like that's all I want out of it, basically. So I don't know. I'm trying not to think too much into it, because then I know that's terrible, but it gets all stressful and shit. I'm like, I want fun music that we like to party to, you know. So I don't know. But I like to two-step and stuff too, so we have some of that stuff on there.
Oh. I've got 2 left feet. I can't dance for shit, so.
I didn't say I was good at it. I said I do it. Like, they're not the same. So, yeah, no. I'm that chick, even stone sober, I will go dance. Like, I'll be on the dance floor the whole time, and I'm really an extrovert. Like, I'm just crazy. And people assume, they're like, well, I don't want to go dance until I'm, like, drunk. Dude, if you dance just, like, whatever you want, people assume you're drunk. They're like, oh, that girl, she must be loaded. So they're like, well, then they forgive you for whatever you're doing. They're like, oh, that's terrible, but she's clearly loaded. No, you can be stone sober. The more ridiculous you are, the more drunk they think you are, the more you get away with. You don't need to be drunk. It's great. It's like the greatest secret. I don't know. So, I hear you laughing. I'm serious, though. It works. I do it all the time. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going to dance to this.
I'll have to give that a try.
You should. They'll just assume you're loaded. It's all right. That's how I roll.
That's how you rule.
Friggin'. I haven't been two-stepping in so long.
It's been a while. I haven't been anywhere. We're actually going out this weekend just to listen to music that is not ours. Like, we're going to go out, probably get schmammered, and just sit and watch people and music like tomorrow night, because it's been too long since we got to do that. That's the other thing I learned about, which really sucks, is when you really get into songs, like you break them down, you hear all of that now. Mm-hmm. So when you go out, I used to yell at other people who would pick apart bands and be like, oh, what are the timing stuff, da da da. But that's their job. Like, they're professional musicians. So now when I go places, I hear that, and it drives me crazy. So my goal is just to get super lit, so that I don't think, oh my gosh, well, this timing is weird. And da-da-da. Like, you don't want to break it down anymore. I just want to enjoy it for the music, not for all the parts that you now know go into it. That's the worst part of this whole thing, is that, man, ignorance is bliss. I tell you what.
Well, that's truth.
It is true. I wish I didn't know. And I used to bitch at people. I'm like, shut up. They're fine. Like, it's fine. Oh my God, the harmony singer, blah, blah, blah. Well, now when you hear it, you're like, oh man, they're right. Like, shit. That sucks. Like, you want to be blissfully ignorant and rock out to music, and maybe they're kind of shitty. Who cares? It's fun and they're having fun and it's all great. That's my goal for this weekend. Just ridiculous.
Just to have fun. And then
I was gonna say, so the way you do that is day drink, right? So wake up, Bloody Marys, or
That's what can happen.
and then okay, so first thing, right? If you wake up before like brunch time, it's Bloody Marys, and then brunch time, it's mimosas.
Yes.
And then you just
That's the
continue
plan.
from there,
And
then
just go through the day.
yes, and then so that way, by the time you go out at night, you're already just
Ready to roll.
stupid drunk, and to where you're like, I don't even give a shit.
No. And I don't give a shit sober. So when it's drunk, it's so much worse.
So,
Like, so much worse.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you do? And the other thing we do when we get drunk, and this is ridiculous. So if you guys ever get the chance to get Madison Rising on here, they're hilarious. I happen to run into them and do a couple shows with them over the last year, and they're great. But we went the first weekend I opened for them down in Texas last year, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go out tonight. What do you want to do?" And I was like, "You're gonna judge me, but I want to go sing karaoke." And they're like, "Are you fucking serious? Like, you do this all you do, and you want to go sing karaoke?" And I was like, "Yep." And they're like, "That's awesome, because we want to go too." Because we go, and you can be so bad. Like, you don't have to care. Like, when you sing in front of people, you have to. Now it matters. Like, like you can't sound like ass. But so when you go sing drunk and karaoke, everyone's bad, and you can sing shit you would never sing. Like, I love Prince, and I actually love Lady Gaga. That girl crazy, but she's got a set of pipes. And so I sing just crap that I should not be singing, and no one is ever going to judge because they're like, "Oh, some shitty karaoke singer." It's perfect, greatest thing ever. I know that's awful,
That's
right?
awesome. No, I think the
my
last time I think the last time I sang karaoke, I did Meredith Brooks, right? Black Velvet, yeah.
Oh yeah. Isn't that
shit.
No, that's not Meredith Brooks. Who is that?
Oh, it's it starts with an A. Doesn't it? Her name starts with an A.
No, it's Black Velvet though.
Yeah.
The last time I went karaoke singing, I sung Dio, Rainbow in a Dark, and oh my God, my voice is horrible.
It's cool. No one cares. You want to know, this is how ridiculous I am. So this is how my days go now. So when you're like a kid or whatever, and you hear a song, whether it's a rock song or whatever, and you try to sing and sound like that person, like that's, you don't realize, like when you're older, you realize that you can sing and sound like yourself and it's fine. But when you're little, you like try to match. You're hearing, George Strait, and you're trying to sound like George Strait, or you hear Metallica and you're trying to scream like Metallica. So the other day I have just a shuffle on my phone, and the song comes on and I start singing, and I literally was like, holy shit, I can sound just like that. And then I realized that's because it was me. Like, it was my own shaking on my phone, and I didn't notice. So I was just singing along, and it sounded just the same, and I was so excited for one heartbeat, and then realized how stupid I am in the next. It was awful. So that's how much sleep I don't get. It was great.
No, if I get drunk enough, I'll sing Spice Girls.
Oh, that's great. You should do that. See, I need to come down there. We can all go out for that. That would be great.
So what's your most embarrassing moment on stage since you've been out for the last year?
The worst, nothing super embarrassing, I guess, because in normal life, I fall down a lot. Like, I'm really that clumsy, you guys. Like, abnormally.
Oh, trip over nothing?
So if I were to even fall, like, it wouldn't even be a big deal. It would be like, well, that happened again today. So that isn't even a problem. The biggest thing for me is when I'm singing, because I'm so new to it, you have to, like, learn to get with it. And the first big thing I did was for Folds of Honor. It was on the end of the Navy Pier in Chicago, which is beautiful, by the way, the facility that they have down there. And I went to start singing a song, and it was before I was playing guitar on stage, and they played the soundtrack that you hear when you hear Hallelujah, except that they started the song and didn't turn it up. So when they turned it up, they were partway into the song. So I started singing the beginning and had to stop and listen and find out where they were at and then jump back in partway into the song. It was not good. And so after that, it was like, and I'm going to play guitar myself, because then you know where you're at. That was rough. The only bonus of it was so soon that no one knew the words yet. Like, they didn't really know the words. So, like, 3 ladies in the audience came up and said, what happened? Like, we know the words. They had heard it enough. And they knew. And one lady in the front row said, you sang about 2 lines. You gave this really dirty fucking look to the back of the venue. And they started singing. And I was like, that was for the sound guys, because they started the music and never turned it up. So I couldn't hear it. So I started when I could hear it. Yeah, that was bad. So that's one of the things about learning to sing on stage with either sound or other people, is that you have to be good enough to work with them. And I wasn't. Like, I'm getting there now, because it's what I'm doing. But man, it's a lot of work doing that. You just don't know how much. I mean, you said you do the producing side, or that side. Do you sing on stage too?
Oh, I don't. No, I don't sing. I actually produce meditations and such, but it involves editing and tracks and producing and upload and everything.
Yeah. Okay. It's just a whole nother ballgame. Like, oh man, I just didn't know how much I didn't know about it. And people just have no idea. So I appreciate it a lot more now. When I say people are clueless, I include myself in that group. It's not in a mean way. I did not have a clue what I was doing. I've learned a lot. So
now that we've talked about the most interesting moment, how about your most shining moment? When can you say you felt so good that you just at that point just sat there going, I even awed myself? Have you had that?
No, not yet.
Oh.
I'm still in this stage where I'm like, why do they invite me here? I just don't, because to me, it's so funny, because it's so new. People are like, oh, you do this thing and you travel around and you sing. And to me, people make it a bigger deal than I think it is. I'm like legitimately just a fucking mouthy sailor who happens to sing, and and honestly, and they're like, oh, it's like, oh, you're doing these great things, and when you go places, people are really excited to see you. And that's really weird for me, because they stick you, or they're getting better because I yell at people, but for a little bit, they're like, we're talking like fucking Master Chiefs, or like put you on this little bit of a tiny pedestal, like, oh, it's a good thing you're doing. It's great. I'm glad I get to do it, but calm down. Like, I was an E3, man. Like, you wouldn't be this nice to me in the Navy. Like, let's be real. I'm just a sailor. I happen to be singing on a stage. So, I don't know. Yeah, for me,
Does
there's
that
not like
intimidate
one moment. I'm so baffled why they let me do this. Like, who gets to do this? I'm so stoked that it's my job now. I'm confused every day why I get to be doing this. So eventually I'll get to a shining moment, but I'm not there yet. So
does being around the military guys intimidate you?
no, I'm a sailor, dude. It's awesome. It's the greatest thing ever.
Well,
oh no, I love it. That's the greatest part, is that they're my people. I get to go places and talk the way that I speak like this all the time, and I get to do that. And they not only don't judge it, they're like, fuck yeah. And you know what I mean? And if you do that in normal, like, civilian life, that's not as well received. So it's not, surprise, surprise, in case you didn't know. So that's the greatest thing about this, is that I get to sing, which I love to do, but I literally get to sing for other vets. It's like the coolest thing. And then you get to bullshit and just do whatever, after the fact. And so, no, I'm not intimidated by military guys. Those are my people. I love it. It's great. A lot of people don't know it's Sailor Jerri, but they always ask, is your dad military? And I'm like, I realize that I have these, but I was a sailor. So just saying.
Well, Jerri, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about your upcoming album. Where can people go to either pre-order or get your album once it comes out?
So it's going to be everywhere digital. Right now, it is on Google Play for pre-order, but it will be on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere, basically. And so you will be able to get it anywhere you get music. If you want the CDs, we are doing those on sailorjerrymusic.com, so you can get them there. And then if you go on sailorjerrymusic.com, you can share the links. I'm going to be posting them as they pop up. So like Google Play is listed, because so most people get a month to 3 months of pre-sales, and all of that accumulates to the day you release. All of that counts for your first day. It's how indie artists like can hit a chart where normally we couldn't. Mm-hmm. And I only have a week because, like I said, we did a song last week because we're idiots. So if everybody can share the shit out of it, that would be awesome because I have a week to do what most people do in a month. And so we just are trying to get the pre-sales out there. iTunes should be up. It was supposed to be today, and we didn't see it yet, so it should be soon. And then, so anywhere you find music, or sailorjerrymusic.com, we'll have the CDs. Awesome. And the Plow Me shirts. If you want a shirt that says Plow Me, that'll be on there. Everyone needs them. I'm going to add them later.
That's awesome. But yeah, Jerri, thank you so much for coming back on and talking to us. We're going to go on break, and when we come back, we're going to have the third and final hour of Friday Night Freedom. So everyone, enjoy some more music from Sailor Jerri Ann, or Jerri Ann Sailor.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Oh, goodness. Welcome back to the third and final hour of Friday Night Freedom. I'm your host, Minx, and I was just eating cookies. So, I had to...
Malanas?
Hell yeah. The mint ones. They're good as fuck.
I don't fuck with that mint flavored shit.
Why?
Just don't like it.
They're good.
Like, my mint was destroyed during my young childhood. I got a hold of mint extract, and I drank some of it, and just destroyed my mint flavor for the rest of my life. I gag on that shit every time I smell it.
Well, okay. I guess that's acceptable or understandable, whatever.
See, back in my day, you had more of the natural stuff. Parents, you had the homemade stuff, and so I saw more of the mint, so I kind of get tired of it.
How old are you?
Old enough.
you go you go off with like back in my day.
Old enough I could be your dad.
Well, I don't know. My dad's 66.
He is 8 years older than me.
Now you're making me do math, and I'm stoned.
Good math.
So you're
so
54?
Al, you ate the old bananas before they changed to the new bananas,
right?
then.
54.
55.
Damn, that's 9. It's 9 years. You lied to me on that math.
You said 63.
No, I said 66.
Oh, okay. I messed
So 11.
up.
He's 11 years. God, I suck.
All
at
right.
math.
He still got to eat those old bananas before they became a new bananas.
Apparently, Heath has spearmint growing in his backyard. That's a thing?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. That's actually a thing where, was it spearmint and Oh, what's the other one? There's another one that you want to, if you want someone to give to you to plant, and it actually blesses your house.
Peppermint?
It starts with a C. Camphor.
Camphor.
Camphor. I was about to say cilantro, but all right.
Hmm.
I always grow an herb garden every year, and it's usually around the house.
Oh, apparently the Girl Scout mint cookie cereal is awesome. Good to know, Cause. Thanks for sending me a
What the hell?
box, Dad.
There's a Girl Scout. Like, what happened to Cookie Crisp? That's what I'm wondering.
Obviously the dog got caught by the cops.
Oh, okay.
So.
You're giving her the munchies, Cause.
Oh my God. No, the last time, Owl, can we not bring up the last time Cause saw me like actually get the munchies?
Oh, you mean those eggs?
Oh my God. So bad. They were fucking green. They were. He says they weren't, but obviously he doesn't know any better. They were fucking
Well,
green.
that's what dads are for, is to help you recollect when you go out and have a little bit too much fun.
Right. Thanks though for driving, Dad.
Yeah, good job.
No, for real, he's like one of, I think, 2 people who I have ever let drive my car.
Oh, you've got the stick shifts there.
Yeah.
There's only like 2 people on the planet that can drive them things now.
I know. It's the best anti-theft device ever.
Oh, you aren't kidding. It's funny to watch people who sit there and say, "Oh, I remember driving a stick shift," and then you give them. See, I have a 6-speed.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Yeah, they just don't know how to handle it.
I can drive a 3 on a tree, but I don't know about them 5 speeds. I'm kind of iffy about those things.
Well, see, I have a big old dually diesel, kind of jacked up. So when it shoots up, it kind of scares people on top of it. The front end can actually lift.
I've never had a diesel that lifted up like that.
Oh, you haven't lived in where I'm at. They actually have diesel rallies up here. We'll go and do a show, and then we'll go actually out to the drag strip.
Why is it called 3 on a tree?
Have you?
No, I want to know why it's called 3 on a tree.
Because there's 3 gears on the column.
But why is it called a tree?
3 on a tree. It looks like a tree growing. The steering wheel is like the tree. It's 3 on the tree.
But why is it called that? Like,
I don't know.
Who was the first person who's like, let's call it 3 on the tree? And then how did that spread to where everyone knew exactly what that was? Like, that's what that was called. Is that trademarked? I have questions.
Oh, well, I don't know. And you're asking questions that are making me scratch my head now.
This is Minx when she gets high.
Buckle up, everybody. It's going to be a wild ride. I don't even know where this fucking train's going. So if you want to depart, it's too late.
Crazy train.
What was the first car you owned?
Me?
Yeah.
I owned the first vehicle I owned or drove.
Okay, let's go with both. First, the first car you drove, and then the first car you owned.
All right, so the first vehicle I drove was a 94 Plymouth Voyager. His name was Wilson, and he was dark green.
Okay.
Yeah. I drove a van. That was my vehicle in high school.
Oh God.
Wow.
You had to have been popular for the whole riding to school thing.
Actually, I was not allowed to get my license until I was 18. And that was mostly because I was 18 and my stepdad could no longer say that I was not able to get it. So I went and got it because I was an adult. So.
Questions about what reason would your dad not want you to be driving?
My grades weren't good enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the first car you owned?
First car I owned was what was it? It was a F-150. I'm trying to remember the year. I think it was an 04, 03, 04 F-150.
Did you buy it, or did you buy it outright, or did you have to finance it?
Finance.
Wow. How about you, Pookie?
I mean, the first car that I remember driving, I was a kid, and it was my granddad. I think it was a Crown Vic, maybe. It had the column shifter on there, and that's the reason why I learned. Like, he taught me how to drive the column shifter because I had to drive him to the store and back. That's my old school shit. But the first car that I personally ever owned was sadly to say, it was a Toyota Corolla.
Oh, wow.
And it was an automatic. So I was a lazy bastard, but it was a Corolla.
Hey, you get what you can get, right? As far as costs and everything else.
Yeah, I think I only paid. I think I only paid like $600 for it.
That's how much I paid for my first car. $600.
I was just balling on a budget, man.
Wilson, I didn't have to buy Wilson. Wilson was the family vehicle.
See, with us.
Do what?
With us. Go ahead.
I said Wilson was the family vehicle. I didn't have to buy him.
See, in our family, by the time I hit high school, my sister was already in college, so my parents didn't want to drive me around, so they said, well, we'll help you get your car because we really don't want to have to chauffeur you.
Right.
So I had a 68 Bel Air, a Buick Bel Air.
Ooh. You should have a boat.
Yeah, it was a boat. It had the bench seat in the front and the back. And that thing ran heavy. During the winters, my parents would sometimes ask me to go first because my car was so heavier than their cars.
It would plow it out for them.
Oh my God.
I mean, even the lights were heavier. Back to the memories of when we were kids.
Right? Oh my God. My little brother tried to kill me once with a golf club. True story. Mostly because I told him.
That's random.
Huh?
I said that's random.
No, I was babysitting him and I told him to go to bed. And he apparently did not want to go to bed, so he ran into the garage, grabbed a driver, and then tried to come after me. Which is, total not an escalation of force at all.
I was going to say, no drama in your family, right?
No. I mean, there's only 6 kids, so. No.
Didn't you say you're like an Irish triplet or something like that?
Irish twins.
Twin.
My sister and I are 13 months apart. And we could not be more different if we tried.
Here's the echo of the Brady Bunch type setup, right?
No, it really is. So I've got 3 older stepbrothers, right, who's a product of my stepdad and his first marriage. And then there's me and my sister, who's a product of my mom and my dad. And then there's my little brother, who's the product of my mom and my stepdad.
Yeah, you had a Brady Bunch going.
Mhm. Yes. Yes, we did.
So were you Marsha?
I don't know. I was the awkward one who liked to be alone in my room and read.
Oh, the middle one. I forget her name. Come on, Pookie.
Jan.
Jan, there you go. Jan.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch that when I was a kid.
I still, yeah. Like I was the odd one out. Like I didn't party. I didn't sneak out. That was all the others. I got in trouble mostly because I didn't do my fucking homework. And I would fail classes. But I would read all the fucking time.
You're making up for it now by doing all that, right?
What do you mean?
All the partying, all the...
Oh yeah. I mean, not anymore, obviously. Like, you know, I don't. I have, you know, a job. But when I was in the army, made up for it.
Oh God. I was evil son of a bitch while I was in the army.
You know, I could see that, Pookie.
I was just vindictive and evil.
Me, I was in the army. I was actually at first just gliding along, and when I got out for a little while, came back in, and then I actually kind of took things seriously. And I wanted to become a warrant. I was actually on my way to becoming a warrant when I became disabled, so it is what it is. It put me where I am now, and life ain't that bad.
Friggin', I tried to fly under the radar at literally everywhere I went. That never worked for me.
I was raised on the whole thing. All attention is bad attention.
Yeah, no, I tried. I could never fly under the radar. I will tell you that everywhere I went, my nickname ended up being Trouble. Literally every single duty station I went to, every unit I went to, I ended up being nicknamed Trouble.
Yeah, questions.
I don't know. And by random NCOs, like, who didn't know me, they'd come, like, especially when I was in Germany, and, like, you know, I was at the orderly room, and I'm the first person people would see, and like, they'd walk in and be like, "Hey, Trouble," and I'm like, "Who are you? And how do you know? Like, who told you?"
You just have that look.
Public service announcement. Minx is trouble.
No. Totally innocent.
That's what happened. Hey, my nickname was Nice all the time. Nice.
Well,
That
that's
was
because
mom.
no one can, like, pronounce your last name.
Yeah. Unless you're of German descent and lived in Pennsylvania, you can't pronounce my last name.
Yeah. But no, I was always Trouble. Every duty station I went to, it was Trouble. "Hey, Trouble, what's up?" "God damn it, who told you?"
Like you're signing into the S1. Hey, Trouble.
Right? God damn it! I'm just signing in! I haven't done anything!
You just have that look.
It was an epidemic, I swear. That's just it, though. Like, I'm normal looking.
It's your whole mannerism.
Throw up an old pic of you, Minx. The one with the muddy face. The nickname fits. Which old picture? There's a bunch.
I want to see this picture.
All right, hold on. I have to find it, though. Hold on. Ugh. Like the one of me, like, paintballing? Where I got shot in the face? That one? I could do that one.
Fred, I can remember my first alcoholic drink also. It was on the flight between basic and AIT. Yeah, the stewardess gave it to me for free. I think it's because there were several of us and she was trying to get us to go to sleep.
Well, that would make sense. You don't want a bunch of rowdy soldiers on your plane.
Exactly. I mean, the stewardesses were cute, and we were fresh out of basic. What do you think?
No, my first alcoholic beverage that I remember getting drunk on was vodka, and I got so drunk that I threw up for 3 hours straight, and I can't drink vodka ever again.
Ugh.
Like, as soon as I smell it, I'm like,
All right.
It just turned into my kryptonite.
I'm getting close to this picture. I've got to.
Oh, getting close.
Yeah, Fred, very smart stewardess.
It's like 4 years ago. I've got to find it.
But no, I mean now I have to ask you, Minx, because I've said when I had my first drink, how old were you when you had your first alcoholic beverage?
You expect me to remember that?
Trouble.
All right, hold on. I found this picture.
Notice she shunts.
Damn, Bronco said that his first one was Bacardi 151, and that's
Oh man.
Well, my first alcoholic beverage. Okay, so my first one, I think I was 13, but I was down in Mexico and I had my parents' permission. So I don't know if that counts or not, because it was legal down there.
Did you get drunk?
No, I thought it was disgusting.
Okay, when did you the first time you purposely went and drank?
It was after I joined the Army.
Was it in basic or AIT?
AIT? All right, hold on. Here we go. Hold on. You guys ready for this picture?
Yeah, let's see it.
Come on.
Hold on. I'm uploading it right now. Hold on. We're getting this shit ready. All right. Here it is. I got shot in the fucking face.
You guys shot in the face?
Well, paintballing. I got so mad. It was so, obviously you can see it on my face. I'm
pissed.
You?
You look pissed.
Yeah. I was very angry.
You look like that picture looks like something from an action movie that was being filmed, and you're just about to kill some motherfucker. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's me. Because, it hit, the paintball hit my chest, and then it rolled up and exploded on my face, as you can see on that picture. But then, I raised my hand because I was like, oh, fuck, I'm out, right? And then they shot me again, as you can see on my chest, and I was like, motherfuckers, I'm out!
You wearing multicam in this shit?
Well, yeah. It was after I got back from deployment. So I was wearing a bunch of shit I was never going to wear again. It washes out.
So the medical units got multicam before the actual units.
No, this was after I deployed. So I deployed in multicam.
And one of your good friends, had the wherewithal to take that picture.
Yeah.
That's a good picture. You should put that on your Tinder profile. That'd be perfect.
I don't have Tinder.
What? Did you notice this new thing I found out the other day through thanks everyone on the nation? This thing called Bumble. That's so much better.
I've heard about it. I've heard about this Bumble thing.
Yeah, it makes women actually have to contact it. The women have to contact first, So you could get a match, but the women have to contact you. So it's so much easier that way.
Interesting.
No more dick pics.
Oh, good. No more dick pics. Always a good thing. You guys want to see when I misfired the 50 cal?
How did you do that? I want to see, yes, but I'm just curious.
I don't know. It misfed. But this, all right, hold on. This is my face after where they were like, how the hell did you do that? And then this is my face. Hold on. I gotta, hold on. There we go. Let's save that picture.
Well, and see, I see her and go, how'd you get away with taking pictures at these places? Because back when I was on range, that didn't happen.
You'll see this.
Well, we have smartphones now.
This is 2012 when I deployed.
Okay.
So.
I know. Again, my age is showing.
Mm-hmm.
There's my face. Like, oh, oops. As I was like, oh, time to leave. Yeah, oh my God, I was such a dumbass when I when I deployed. Like,
You're like cheesing like a motherfucker in that picture.
oh my God, I've got a better one where like I'm even more cheesy. Oh my God, hold on, I've got to find it. I have to find it. No, you guys, it's fucking ridiculous. All right. Like, it's so bad how fucking cheesy I am. All right. So, because there's two of them. Like, I was so fucking excited to go. Because, like, I'd been asking and, like, volunteering for years to fucking go. And they finally took me. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm going. So yeah, just wait. This is a good one. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Are you guys ready for this?
Go for it.
Let's do it. I got a 40-second delay, so
Oh my God. Like, oh my God. I love making fun of myself, by the way. Like, yeah. So.
Again, no drama. Yeah, I know. I'm waiting too.
The suspense is killing me. She's getting.
You see the other two's face, right?
Right? The other two are like, what the fuck is wrong with her?
You're like geeking out, and they're like,
They're like, what is she so damn happy about?
Right? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I see how they can come up with trouble. Can you see this?
Trouble. No, I see it. Trouble right there.
I don't know what you guys
The
are
weird
talking
part
about
it is like the first time I saw the picture, I looked at it, and I saw your hands, right? They're like thumbs up, right? But then the first time I looked at it, it looked like your hands were grabbing her chunk.
No,
It's
no, they
weird.
weren't.
I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, here's another one. This is when we were in Maine. What was it? Bangor? Like on the stop over. God, I'm such a dumbass.
So
Yeah, you'll see
you
my
were,
last name, but it's fucking super common, so whatever.
So you were in from when to when?
2004 to 14.
Wow.
Yes.
I was on my done with my third marriage by then. There's a pic.
Damn. How
Hi, Mom. Yep, that was me.
And again, I say, yes, trouble.
Mhm.
Just the minute you smile, that says it right there.
No.
You be derpy like me, just rocking around on crutches and shit.
No, that definitely depicts you. I can see it.
Apparently, I'm supposed to get high more often. Oh, here's me in a fucking I think it's an MRAP. Is that what this thing is? I don't fucking know vehicles. I've never had to go to a motor pool in 10 years. I've never, ever,
10 years of the military, never once in a motor pool.
never
Oh my
had
god.
to do a fucking motor pool anything.
You change your own oil in your vehicles?
Pookie,
What?
literally, in MedCorps, all you see is the hospital. You will try your best not to even get a military license just because at that point they leave you off duty rosters.
Yeah.
This is
Seriously?
no, yeah. The hospital normally has a driver for the hospital, and the only people you have to go get a military license. And if you're smart, you just don't get it or you purposely fail it.
Right? But yeah, here's me after I drove a vehicle that I was not qualified to drive. And I was like, I didn't break it. I did it.
When the first time I actually drove a military vehicle was when I was assigned to an infantry division by mistake. And up until then, I had never touched a military vehicle. MedCorps, they don't trust you.
They don't.
They don't trust you with vehicles, really?
They
We'll
really
break them.
MedCorps, we have to know the human body, and we're notorious for doing stupid shit just because.
Oh, that's right. We got to do some bite work with the dogs.
You got that?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to play with the dogs when I was
Hell yeah,
stationed
dude,
in
no.
Bahrain.
Fucking,
cool.
I was so fan-fucking-tastical, like, making friends with everybody. Like, I made friends with the canine, like, the civilian canine guys. And so I got us to where, like, we would go out there and we would do bite training with the dogs. So here.
Yeah, getting chewed up by a dog.
Hell yeah. It was awesome. I think this is a picture. Oh, yeah. Here. I'll show it. You can see it. I'm definitely, like, laughing as this dog is attacking me. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm fucking retarded.
When you're in MedCorps, anytime you're not in the hospital, you're doing it's considered fun.
Yeah.
Oh, you get to play Army.
Yeah, hell yeah. Dude,
that was a combo guy.
Oh my
And
God,
I got
this is
mad when people would
awesome.
take me for my job. I'm like, I got shit to do.
Well, and that's just it. See, you're so used to working 8 or 12-hour shifts, and when they sit there and say, "Okay, now we're going to go out and do this," you're like, "Yeah, cool." And there she is, getting bed.
Hell yeah. That dog hit hard, too.
You had a fur missile fucking attack you.
But yeah, that's the interesting part about Medcorps is we hardly ever see anything
Like
beyond.
real army.
Yeah, I mean, everybody would laugh at us when we'd actually go out on range because you would not believe the uniforms that would show up.
Or the lack of.
Lack of uniform. I can't find my boots. I don't know where my name tags are. They're not sewed on right. They're not sewed on in the proper place. Back when you had to blouse your boots, that was always a fun excuse.
Very good. Yeah. I don't know.
Then I actually got assigned to an infantry division. That was fun.
Oh, I got intubated too, like while I was awake.
Oh.
That sucked. Well, our one anesthesia guy was teaching the dust off unit how to, like, what to look for if they had to ever like intubate somebody. And so I was voluntold to be the practice person. And so we had this a glide scope, which is a laryngoscope that has a camera on it. And so basically you're able to actually see where you put the endotracheal tube, right? And so you're able to actually see the esophagus and your vocal cords and everything. So yeah, it sucked so much.
Yeah, they love. That's the downside to being Medcorps is when you go into the field guys have heydays with us. They will come up with any excuse to make us volunteer or to freak us out.
Trying to think if I have any more like army pictures. I don't know. Ooh, wait, Fort Irwin, this one looks promising. No. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Your slideshow is done.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was given an M16. I was given the goddamn musket in 2012. True story. That's what they gave us. And it wasn't just me. It was the whole unit that fucking deployed. They gave us M16s, except for the
M16s.
Except for the officers, which they gave M9s.
What's wrong with M16s?
Nothing. I like the M16. Friggin'. I don't know. Everyone else had the M4 though. So I kind of felt like the odd one out because I'm like, one of these things is not like the other. It's me.
See, that again tells you how old I am. That's what was around when I actually went even in the infantry division.
Oh, M16?
Yep. We didn't have all this nice stuff. And yes, so you know, guys, no, ICE was not my recruiter. I would have been his recruiter. I am there.
Oh my
Damn,
God.
you're recruiting people back in like Valley Forge and shit. Holy fuck, man!
I'm not
old.
I'm not scared of my age. I earned every wrinkle.
So if I blow on you, dust will fly off.
Probably, yeah, you betcha. But it's better that you blow on minks, not me. It's not a big attraction.
Wait, why?
What's
are
whoa,
people blowing
what?
on me? I have questions. Well, just one really in particular, and that is why are people blowing on me? And second one is, can I object?
That the first question is because better to blow on you than me because it's a man blowing on a woman. And the second one, you'd have to ask Pookie.
I object.
I'm so confused right now.
Dude, right? And you're not even high.
Exactly. I mean, I might have a few beers, but I'm so confused.
Right? Fucking hell.
Go ahead.
Oh, I shared something into the team room earlier. Earlier today. I think I was where was I? I have to remember. Was I at work already or like in the ER? I'm not sure. It's one of those. Aw, Pookie, I love these pictures.
No, you're most welcome.
Um,
If you're gonna share your pictures,
Right.
I'll share mine.
it was Jay-Z, and he says, we have to talk about why white men are so privileged in this country.
What?
Why white men are so privileged in this country.
Okay. I'm gonna relish in this privilege that everyone talks about and see how far I get with it.
Right? I'm still waiting for my white privilege card to come in the mail. I haven't gotten it yet. Is it because I'm a woman? I have questions.
I haven't done either. Damn, we must have.
Right, but
where
you're
do
a
we find that
dude.
list?
So what's where's your card?
I don't know. I maybe I'm too damn old to be white privilege anymore.
You should have applied like 30, 40 years ago, but
I guess I'm senior privilege now.
I mean, I forgot to apply. I don't get that shit anymore, so
Right.
whatever.
But no, I just think it's super rich that, a guy who literally can get away with doing anything is talking about how someone else has privilege.
Well, and that's where it always comes from. You don't hear a lot of black people saying white privilege, because a lot of times there's a lot of white people in poverty levels also, and they see that. The only people that are saying white privilege are the people who have money and they just are looking for a cause.
Right. Ugh. Pookie, can I show them your pictures?
Yes. Sorry, my mute button was messing up. Yeah, do it.
All right. I gotta reopen Book of Faces. But yeah,
The beardless Pookie.
the beardless Pookie. But yeah, I thought it was pretty rich of him, considering, he's worth how much? He's gonna talk about fucking white privilege.
No, it's money as privilege.
Joker.
Dude has millions of dollars, and has he once started like a homeless shelter or some shit like that?
I don't think so, no.
Unless they walk and actually are actually good activists who actually go out there and try to help, you just can't take them seriously.
All right.
There's this odd silence.
Beardless, right? Sorry, I'm saving your picture. So beardless Pookie on crutches, even.
Oh yeah,
on
that was
crutches?
me in Bahrain when my knee blew out.
Oh my god. Bahrain. Where is that?
This little island off the side of Saudi Arabia that no one knows about.
Interesting. All right, time to. Oh, you're gonna be a little grainy, but that's all right. Here's Pookie, everyone. Beardless Pookie, mind you.
Yes. I was a young buck.
Oh wow. Yeah, that is. See, I thought you were taller.
Damn. This crutches are taken away from my height, man. Don't look at that shit.
Okay. I almost fucked up and hit like end broadcast just now. Holy fuck.
It's what happens when you have them buttons in front of you.
Right? Oh my god.
That big red buttons, very tempting sometimes.
Dude, they really are.
I'm like, I don't know what this
Especially
is.
when
I'm gonna
they're
push
like,
it.
especially when they're
Damn.
like flashing, and I'm like, yeah, you're so pretty. Ugh.
You've done pretty well for all the things that you've managed to go through today.
Oh, thank you. I have no idea what we've done.
She don't remember. We talked to a guest.
I know we
I
did
don't
that. I know we did that. Really anything beyond that? I'm like, I don't know. Just like, I still have to, fucking, I have to pack. Okay, so tomorrow is that Grunt Fest thing, right? Where I'm going to be stalking Spencer Boyd. Sorry. I'm going to be meeting Spencer Boyd, right?
Surprise adopting.
You know, whatever. But yeah, so that thing is tomorrow, and I haven't packed for that. I haven't done laundry for that. I wanted to do that after I got home from work today. But this whole kidney stone thing kind of fucked that up.
Are you even going to be up for going?
Yes, I'm going. I spent money on this. I'm going.
Shit, I saw an advert that said all the tickets are sold out now.
Oh, are they?
Yep.
Interesting.
So you're going to go down, have yourself a good time between the medication they gave you and the alcohol that's going to be swimming around.
I'm not going to mix the two because I'm smart like that. You don't mix.
That's a good time. Holy shit. Take a Vicodin, drink a beer. Oh my god, dude.
You don't mix them.
Sure, trouble.
Right? Right? And they call me
I'm a straight up redneck, man. So this is what we do.
But, all right. So, our show tonight was a lot of fun. But, next week's show, dude, Mother of God. Are you ready for next week's show?
Do we got that? We got Rabbit, right?
Yeah.
We have motherfucking Rabbit. All right. So, but before we get to that,
Ice will probably chime in as a fangirl.
all right. So before we get to that, tomorrow we have Saturday Night Savagery with Pookie and Jerri, or Jerri and Pookie. And then Sunday we have Kicking It with Kaz and Owl. Monday we've got the Monday edition with Ice and Flash. Tuesday is Tied Up Tuesday with myself and Great Cloud. And Tuesday we've got a guest, Bob Regan from Operation Song. So Mr. Regan is the CEO and Executive Director for Operation Song. He is a Grammy and Dove Award nominated, there we go, songwriter with over 200 songs recorded by artists from Keith Urban and to Roy Rogers. Operation Song's mission is to empower veterans and active duty service members to tell their stories through the process of songwriting. Their vision is to become the premier songwriting organization serving the active duty and veteran communities to expand their programs stateside and overseas, and to train others in their model. Their goal is to establish Operation Song as a unique and viable treatment option using creative and integrative therapies to help individuals recover from the stress of war and improve their quality of their lives. Then we have Thursday, we've got Sergeant's Time, and that's with Ice and Doc Madness. And honestly, anyone else from staff who wants to join in. And then next Friday, the 13th, Friday the 13th, it's a lucky day. We are going to have Eric Stilhansky, also known as Rabbit from motherfucking Super Troopers. Mother of God. Littering and. I am so excited. So actor, writer, and producer Eric Stilhansky, aka Rabbit from Super Troopers, will be back on the show to talk about the premiere of the movie that all Super Trooper fans have been waiting for, Super Troopers 2. Super Troopers 2 is about a border dispute between the U.S. and Canada. The Super Troopers are tasked with establishing a highway patrol station in the disputed area. So he is going to be on with us next week, next Friday, with me and Pookie. So excited. And I know he's excited about this as well because he and I have been like, dude, like, he's been emailing me. And I'm kind of like, oh my God.
Are you being a fangirl too?
A little.
I'm fangirling out too, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, he's like legit emailed me and he's like, I can't wait to come on. I'm like, oh my God. This is amazing. But yeah, so.
Well, I want the leader of Cola.
Oh, I'm so excited. But yeah, so that is happening next week.
Next meow.
Right, meow. I'm so like, I'm gonna have to watch Super Troopers again.
Right, meow.
Right, meow. I can't wait. But yeah, that's our show, you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this Friday. Thank you so much for sticking around with me during my fucked upness. And I know this tonight's show has just been all over the place, so thank you for putting up with that. Yeah. Pookie, Owl, you guys are awesome. Oh my God.
I get you snorting. I love you to death, thanks. Don't drink and drive. Don't beat your wife. Don't kick your dog. That's all I gotta say.
This has been a fun show. All right, you guys, have a great weekend. We will see you on tomorrow on Saturday Night Savagery. So, oh no, we lost Owl again. Owl, come back.
He disappeared.
Owl.
Woo, woo, woo.
Right? Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. Owl. Owl. Owl, come back. Well, we lost Owl. So, oh well. He says bye. All right. Bye, everybody. Have
Bye,
a safe
Felicia.
weekend, right? Bye, Felicia. Have a great weekend, you guys. Bye.